In the early 20th century, a new global order began to take shape, one that some believe echoes prophecies written millennia ago. This is the story of how the United Nations, a symbol of global unity, may align with biblical warnings of a deceptive cosmic agenda linking the UN to Bible prophecy. In January 1919, as the world reeled from the devastation of World War I, US President Woodrow Wilson proposed the League of Nations in his 14 points, a vision for global peace. Though the League faltered, its spirit lived on. In January 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt advanced this dream with his four freedoms: speech, religion, freedom from want, and freedom from fear, laying the groundwork for a new international body. By November and December 1943, at the Tehran Conference in Iran, Roosevelt, alongside Winston Churchill and Joseph Stalin, outlined plans for the United Nations, a single organization to unite the world's nations. On June 26, 1945, the UN was officially formed, with the US as a leading force. The United Nations operates with a hierarchical structure. At its apex is the Security Council, with 5 permanent members: United States, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China, each wielding veto power. In 1950, US Secretary of State Dean Acheson, with delegates Benjamin Cohen and John Foster Dulles, pushed for the Uniting for Peace resolution adopted on November 3, 1950, allowing the General Assembly to override vetoes, ensuring US influence. The US dominates financially, contributing $748 million to the regular budget, $1.5 billion to peacekeeping, and $13 billion in voluntary funds annually, far surpassing other nations. As Robert Mueller, a key UN figure in the late 20th century, declared, "The UN is a laboratory of human affairs, aiming for a world spiritual democracy." The presentation draws heavily on the writings of Alice Bailey, a theosophist whose works, like Externalization of the Hierarchy, describe a cosmic Christ agenda. Bailey, alongside figures like Helena Blavatsky, outlined a 3-stage plan: controlling education to unify leaders' minds, releasing goodwill to align society, and preparing for a spiritual avatar's appearance. This agenda, rooted in spiritualism, elevates human potential over God's Word, a concept tied to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. In May 2025, a Shambhala conclave at the Franciscan Renewal Center in Arizona from May 5th to May 18th will assess humanity's readiness for this new world of unity, invoking terms like oneness and common good, which echo Bailey's vision of a unified humanity under cosmic laws, not biblical truth. The Book of Revelation portrays a global power, akin to the United Nations in chapter 17. Here, this power is portrayed as a scarlet beast. This beast, ridden by a woman symbolizing Roman Catholicism, represents a church-state alliance. Wielding power through the United Nations, these kings, having drunk the wine of Babylon or false doctrines, align with the United States to fulfill Roman Catholicism's agenda, as seen in Revelation 17, verse 5. The United Nations Pact for the Future, signed in late 2024, promotes science, technology, and inter-religious dialogue, aligning with spiritualism by prioritizing human solutions over divine law. Alarmingly, faith-based organizations are entangled in this agenda. On April 3, 2025, the 11th Annual Symposium, co-sponsored by the Adventist Church, Islamic Relief USA, and the World Council of Churches, endorsed the United Nations Pact for the Future. Dr. Ganoun Diop, the Adventist Church's Director of Public Affairs and Religious Liberty, emphasized global solidarity and justice, echoing United Nations themes of healing humanity, but without referencing God's Word. God's people must remain separate, clinging to His word, not worldly alliances. Ephesians 5 verse 11 urges believers to rebuke darkness, not join it. In Matthew 12 verses 49 to 50, Jesus defines His followers as those who do God's will, not those who seek unity for unity's sake. As the United Nations pushes ecumenism, joining all faiths in one house of humanity, the faithful are called to reject this cosmic agenda, holding fast to Christ alone, lest they return to the spiritual Egypt of Babylon. The United Nations, born from a vision of peace, may fulfill a darker role in prophecy, a global power uniting nations under a deceptive spiritualism. Brothers and sisters, study, pray, and seek God's truth. We are to stand on His word alone as we look forward to the coming eternal kingdom of heaven. A kingdom not of this world, nor built by the authority of man, but established on Jesus Christ, who alone is worthy